I want to talk to you about using a soft plastic jerk bait as a follow-up bait to a lot of your reaction baits in the summertime. Oh, got it. Yeah, that's pretty good. Boy, look at that shad he just kicked up. Oh yeah, geeks. I'm going to show you a follow-up bait that is money when you're fishing reaction baits like this, and that's right, even this. That is a soft plastic jerk bait on a belly weighted hook. That's right, geeks. There is nothing, and I mean nothing better than a soft jerk bait as a follow-up. Guys, I got this question not too long ago from one of you geeks out there, and they were talking about what was a good follow-up to a topwater over top of some laydowns. And this right here is my answer. You can rig it open hook. You can rig it, you know, weedless if you want to. So you can put it in about any place you want to put it. If it's heavy cover, put it on a bait caster. We'll talk about that a little bit more in a minute. If it's lighter cover or open water, just use it on a spinning reel. And we'll talk more about that in a minute. But I want to show you some things that you can do to rig this up and make it more dangerous than it already is. Before I show you some modifications, I want to tell you, you can use like the Magnum flukes, match the hatch. This is the 4-inch Strike King, caffeine shad, ghost shadowfish, clear water. Whatever color you want to go with, it's never wrong to go with a white, something like that. There's a ton of different ones out there that I like. I'll show you 2 or 3 of them here in just a second. This is a 1/8. This is from Gamakatsu. Hits their, I don't remember what hook it is, but I'll put the link in the description below. It allows me to do a lot of different things, right? I fish a lot of open water. I'm fishing for suspended bass, where you've seen me catch these today. So that's why a lot of times I'm just leaving it exposed. You get a little better hookup when you're out there in open water. I will say that if you put the bait on before you tie the hook up, you can shove it out the nose and you don't have to come across this. One of the things that I do, you can spit on it. I take a little bit of bait fuel and put on here, just a little bit of lubrication. And then I come through the nose, the dead center of the nose. Now for me, if I'm rigging it up to where I want it to drop, I just go ahead, now that it's got a little lubrication on there, I go ahead and push it up, and I like that to be over the line. I like it to protect the line a little bit. And then the one thing I'll do, guys, I want to give a big shout out to Avid Angler. Guys, they sponsor one of our videos every single month, and it helps me do stuff. But before I shove that all the way up on the nose, what I'll do is I'll just put a little one drop, and this is the same bottle I've been using now forever, up on there, shove it up on there. That stuff will dry. Then I bring it through, roll it down the back, come through. If you want to expose it, now you can toss it around some lay down, some brush, some grass. If not, in open water, that's how I roll. Right there is how you rig it. Now, something else, if you have let's say a white or something that's got a little bit of green pumpkin or a watermelon, you can put a little bit of chartreuse on the tail. Look how easy that comes out. Look how sexy that little bit of chartreuse is on that tail. And voila, you got a little bit of color if they're chasing bluegill. Hey, by the way, Avid Angler is now in Bass Pro Shop, so you pick it up at your local Bass Pro. Make sure you go out there and check it out. I'll put links in the description below for their website and for the site that I work with. But yeah, they're in Bass Pro if you want to pick them up there now. So this company is growing tremendously fast. And that's how good they are, gentlemen. They're in your major tackle retailers. So go check them out. Guys, in clear water, I'm telling you, you can't beat this. And what I like about this is it's got a little more salt in it. This is the perfect plastic by KVD. They make them in a 5-inch. This is the junior. This is the caffeine shad. It's the best clear water color out there. I don't think anybody else makes a ghost shad that is like this. Killer color. Now, of course, I like my 304 lures. They got a cup tail, got some really great action on the fall. And this is one of my favorite. That was one of my favorite colors. It didn't go on the lake, but anyway. And then of course, man, you can't go wrong with the fluke. The fluke will almost float. So you really got to have a little bit of weight on it. And the magnum size flukes match the hatch, guys. I'm telling you, this is a killer technique on the ledges. Okay, so let's talk about if I'm throwing this, and you can see I've got a hard one tied on right here, but it's the same exact one I would use for that right there. Just again, I'm fishing open water today, so you know I don't have one tied on. But if I'm fishing brush, a lot of stuff like say that right there, this is the rod and reel combo that I'm going to use. So I want it to be a bait caster. I'm still not going to use heavy line because you're not letting it get down in there, right? So if you work a top water like a frog, a popper, something like that across that right there, you can take that right there and you can just twitch it across the top. Because guys, I know we overthink it sometimes, but bass, they are stupid. And so even though you take maybe 4 or 5 minutes to pick this up, don't take 4 or 5 minutes, take a minute to 30 seconds at max to pick that up and toss it back in there, they're gonna think they missed that bass or they missed that bait fish, whatever it was, stunned it, and it's just sitting there freaking out, dying, and they'll come back and crush that mother hunter. As you've seen, I've done it multiple times throughout the years. Now, so this rod is my TFO. This is the budget-friendly TFO. This is a 7-foot medium action professional. It is a mod fast action. I know it don't show up because, man, this thing is pretty and shiny. But anyway, I couple that with the Hakai from Akuma, and this is, I believe, a 7.1. Let me find it on here. I never have this. Oh, 7.3, which might be a little bit fast, but if you're throwing it over cover, you need to hit that bass and get him out of there quick. All right. Now I'm going to throw this on, or I'm going to throw canine, and I'm probably going to throw probably 12 to 14 if I'm working it over top of things. Okay. Pro 100, 100% fluorocarbon. Remember that, not fluoro. Pro 100, 100% fluorocarbon. This thing is a great little casting reel. This is a great little casting rod and a great bang for the buck. So make sure you check it out. That's what I'm going to throw it on if I'm throwing it around cover. This is what I'm throwing 90% of the time. And I'll be honest with you guys, a lot of times I throw this as long as I'm keeping it above some of the laydowns. I'll throw this combo. So this is my TFO Taction. Now it says Tactical Elite. They discontinued these, but they have the new one, which is the Taction, which took its place. Again, I'll put the link in. This is a 7'3". It's a medium fast action. So, you know, perfect rod for this. Love the wind grips. And of course, I got my Team Lose Custom Pro, man. Great little reel right here in the 3,300 whatever series. Now, I've got my pink, because I can see it better, canine braid. I use 20-pound test because it's so thin. And then I use probably about a 15-foot leader, and I use 8-pound test Pro 100 fluorocarbon by K9 again. Remember, Pro 100 fluorocarbon, that is what I use for this little sucker. And you've seen me catch a ton of them doing this. All right, let's talk about how we target and retrieve. So we're talking about this bait in the sense that it's follow-up bait, but I'm gonna tell you somewhere else that it's great, and it's when you're out there and they're busting shad. I mean, drop it on their head, okay? On their head, and be ready, because they will flat slam it, all right? So I keep this on the deck during, all summer long. No matter where I go, this is on my deck. I make sure it's never tangled up. I make sure all I have to do is pick it up, open the bell, and make that cast to where I want it to be. If you're fishing swim baits and they're hitting that swim bait and they're not taking it, you immediately pick this up. Now you're gonna have to judge the range of where that bite is coming. If it's top water and they miss it, you immediately pick this up once you work it out the rest of the way in and throw right where they missed that top water. The big key is getting the distance judged down. Now, does it help to have a live scope? It absolutely does, because you can see where they're at. But trust me, I've been doing this for years without a live scope. So the very first thing you're going to want to do, boom, boom, boom. If you miss them, don't stop reeling whatever you're doing. Don't stop working it. Work it all the way to the boat. You never know. We've had them hit right at the boat before. But then as soon as you do, pick this thing up and make that cast. And a lot of times it's not going to be a long cast. Actually, that's probably longer than normal right there. And what you're going to do, you're going to let it drop down a little bit based on how deep you were throwing. And you're just going to give it 2-3 twitches up. You're going to let it fall, and you're going to give it 2-3 twitches up. Now, again, if I've got live scope and I can see what they're doing, I can sit here and twitch it right above their head, and I know where it's at. But you don't need it for this to work at all. I will tell you, I do like to twitch it up and let it die, because to me, that signifies more so that it is a dying bait fish. I want it to twitch up just a couple times, oh gosh, and then slowly flutter back down. Be ready. A lot of times they'll watch it fall, and then once you twitch it that first time, they're going to take the rod out of your hand. Guys, I'm telling you, keep this tied on all summer long. When you miss bass, follow up with it. You're going to catch more fish. I can guarantee it. All right, as always, questions and comments in the comment section below. Like it if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. Make sure you ring that bell so that you get the videos, the notification when the videos come out. Guys, join the 100% Watch Squad. It's free. Just watch 100% of the video 100% of the time. You help me out. The algorithm picks it up that way. And as always, you guys, you geeks rock.